Hi guys, I'm here at the World Economic Forum, and this is a forum that's committed to improving the state of the world. And this is the Global Risks 2013, and it's the 8th edition that I found. And there's just a few things on here that I want to read through for you. It's a really, really interesting document, actually. It's taken me quite a while to go through it. There's just a few pieces I want to show you and read to you. Now, these are the X factors from nature that could cause us problem and could be part of the risks. So you're going to read through those. So the first one is runaway climate change. Is it possible that we have already passed a point of no return and the Earth's atmosphere is tipping rapidly into an inhospitable state? Number 2, significant cognitive enhancement. Ethical dilemmas akin to doping in sports could start to extend into daily working life. An arms race in the neural enhancement of combat troops could also ensue. Number 3, rogue deployment of geoengineering. Technology is now being developed to manipulate the climate. A state or private individual could use it unilaterally. Number 4, cost of living longer. Medical advances are prolonging life, but long-term palliative care is expensive. Covering the costs associated with old age could be a struggle. And number 5, proof of life's existence elsewhere in the universe could have profound psychological implications for human belief systems. So that's the first bit that I wanted to read to you. They're saying these are some of the global risks that we're going to face in 2013. So this is the significant cognitive enhancement section I'm going to read. Once the preserve of science fiction, superhuman abilities are fast approaching the horizon of plausibility. Will it be ethically accepted for the world to divide into the cognitively enhanced and unenhanced? What might the military implications be? Scientists are working hard to develop the medicines and therapies needed to heal the brain of mental illness, such as Alzheimer's and schizophrenia. Although progress has been slow, it is conceivable that in the not-too-distant future, researchers will identify compounds that improve on existing cognitive pharmaceutical enhancers, e.g. Ritalin. Although they will be prescribed for significant neurological diseases, effective new compounds which appear to enhance intelligence or cognition are sure to be used off-label by healthy people looking for an edge at work or school. Enhancement could come from hardware as well as drugs. A handful of studies in people show that electrical stimulation, either directly via implanted electrodes or through the scalp through transcranial magnetic stimulation, TMS, can boost memory. Cochlear implants are already standard treatment for the deaf, and motor implants for controlling neuroprosthetics and devices are developing fast and seem likely to become available more widely in coming years. Retinal implants for the blind are a bit further behind, but the field is blooming and it seems likely that they will be worked out soon. The best interfaces still rely on invasive brain electrodes. Non-invasive techniques do work, but are slow and inefficient, which is the major barrier to these being adopted by healthy people. But it seems conceivable that within 10 years we will either have a new method for recording brain activity, or the non-invasive signals will be decoded more efficiently. Direct brain interfaces of devices and sensors within our lifetimes is not out of the question, opening a new realm of enhanced neurobiology for those who can afford it. This will pose ethical issues in many walks of life akin to those which surround doping in the world of professional sports. Will we accept the idea that significant cognitive enhancement should be available to purchase on the open market? Or will there be, as there now is with performance enhancers in competitive sports, a push for legislation to maintain a more level playing field? There is, in addition, a significant risk of cognitive enhancement going very wrong. Cognitive enhancement pharmaceuticals work by targeting particular neurotransmitter systems and therefore will be most likely have wide-ranging action. There is a significant possibility of unintended effects on other systems. For example, drugs to enhance learning might lead to a greater willingness to take risks. Drugs to enhance working memory might lead to increased impulsive behaviour. Recent research suggests that in addition to boosting memory, TMS could be used to manipulate a person's beliefs of right versus wrong, or to suspend normal judgment altogether. It could also be used to erase memory and deliberately cause permanent brain damage without the use of invasive procedure or blunt force trauma. So that's their known risk for 2013 for significant cognitive enhancement. Now moving on to their section titled Rogue Deployment of Geoengineering. In response to growing concerns about climate change, scientists are exploring ways in which they could, with international agreement, manipulate the Earth's climate. But what if this technology were to be hijacked by a rogue state or individual? Geoengineering can refer to many things, but it is most often associated with a scientific field that has come to be known as solar radiation management. The basic idea is that small particles could be injected high into the stratosphere to block some of the incoming solar energy and reflect it back into space, much as severe volcanic eruptions have done in the past. In stark contrast to decades of technological evolution and political disputes about overhauling energy infrastructure to reduce greenhouse emissions, solar radiation management would act quickly and would be cheap to implement, though side effects may make it a very expensive option. Most research has focused on sulfur injection via aircraft. Recent studies suggest that a small fleet of aircraft could inject 1 million tons of sulfur compounds into the stratosphere, enough to offset roughly half of the global warming experienced to date. I'm just going to stop there and add my little 2 pennies worth in. There is no global warming up to date. Recently, the Met Office has had to admit that their projections for the coming years, up to I think it was 2017, they had to admit that there'd been no global warming at all. It had not gone up as they'd predicted in their programs and their projections that they made. So it's already admitted that there is no global warming. And when we're all sitting here in the UK with our whited out sky, with all the sulfates and other compounds up there that I've just read to you about that they are doing, and we're sitting here and it's cold, it's April, some of us have got our heating on, so someone is really benefiting from this whole climate change that's going on. Because I can tell you it's not the people here, and it's not my daffodils and my snowdrops in my garden, and it's not my energy levels that are benefiting, but somebody is. So this piece here where they're saying about global warming, it's a load of shit. Excuse my French, there is no global warming. In theory, the technology would be tantamount to a planetary thermostat, giving humans direct control over global temperature. The direct impact of dimming the sun would be felt within weeks to months. However, a long series of ethical, legal and scientific questions quickly arise about countless knock-on effects that might be much more difficult to assess. The problem is that incoming solar radiation drives the entire climate system, so reducing sunlight would fundamentally alter the way energy and water moves around the planet. Almost any change in weather and climate patterns is likely to create winners and losers. But determining causation and quantifying impacts on any given region or country would be a massive challenge. Also very interesting to note that the picture they've got where they're talking about the rogue geoengineering is, as you can see, it's a sky with chemtrails in it. And as you can see here, there are the chemtrails. That's a chemtrail sky. And also underneath the picture it says, it's quite small writing. Hang on, let me try and see this. The most detailed cost and engineering analysis was commissioned by David Keith, what a surprise, currently at Harvard University, and conducted by Aurora Flight Sciences. That analysis, formally completed in July 2011, suggests that a small fleet of aircraft could inject 1 million tons of sulfur into the stratosphere, enough to offset roughly half of the global warming experienced to date. What global warming? And once again, we got David Keith there. And it's funny because the studies were conducted by Aurora Flight Sciences. Yeah? Flight Sciences. They're talking about injecting tons of sulfur into the stratosphere. So for all of you people who say that the guys that are trying to tell you this, you really, really do need to get your head out of your butt right now. And wherever you are in the world, and you need to go outside and look at your weather. Okay? Forget about it being Mother Nature for a minute. Forget about that for a hot minute, because it's not Mother Nature. It is not Mother Nature taking it out on us. I've heard a lot of people say things that are happening is payback by Mother Nature. It's not payback by Mother Nature. When you've got papers like this telling you about what they're doing, you've got people like David Keith admitting that they've done it. They've done, detailed costs and analysis on it, and everything's been done, and it's been done by Aurora Flight Sciences. You can't get any more proof. Okay, you just cannot get any more proof. And this is from a big paper, This is not me saying this. This is the Global Risks 2013 8th edition. And I'll be interested to see the last 7 editions, which I will be looking at. So I want you to go ahead and, like I said, get your head out of your butt. Because at the moment, these people that are doing this are not laughing at us, the ones that are bringing the information to you. I'm afraid they all sit at night. They must sit round their dining tables when they all get together, when they have their meetings. They are laughing at the ones that deny that this is going on, even though they see it, and even though they're being told about it, and even though there's information about it online. So to all you people that deny to yourselves, you deny it to your families, you deny it, most of all, it is to yourself, because you deny what your eyes are showing you. And you have forgotten what the world looked like before they started to do this on a global scale. And they're even talking about it in here. The only way they can test it is if it is on a grand scale. And it is, isn't it? So I'm going to leave all the links, which is what I always do. I always back my stuff with links and facts. So if you want to come and debate me and take me on, go ahead and read this paper first and then come talk to me. Okay?